Okay, we're getting ready to do another update on the court case. Cammie was in the Burger courthouse today, so we're going to hear what she found out today. And since it's somewhat warm outside, we decided we would come over to the Capitol and do our live.
Or are you sharing those with the other ones?
No, I don't know how to yet.
Well, we gotta be sharing our notes because they're sharing theirs with ours. So we have notes to share.
Okay, so here we are down at the Capitol, where we meet up pretty much every Saturday. If anybody ever wants to join us on Saturday, this is a good place.
Saturday at noon.
Saturday at noon. And we have the flags at half staff here today. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember why. But anyway, we're going to get a nice little update from Cammie, who is at the Burger building today, the Burger courthouse, observing the trial. And we'll find out what interesting things happened today.
Well, we finished up with the one witness at the cross-examination, you know. Yeah.
That was the training officer, or the training person?
Yeah.
In charge of the Minneapolis training?
Yeah, they and every question, they cross-examined her, you know, the attorneys and the prosecutions got up, you know, and then about 3 o'clock, the autopsy, Michael, oh shoot, what was his name? Andrew Michael Baker got on the thing, and he's an examiner, chief medical examiner for Henry County, and he had a lot to say. He discussed the bottom line. His stuff was multifactual. That's what he's saying.
Multifactorial?
Yeah, multifactorial.
That means there were many contributing things to his death.
He classified his death as a homicide.
Methamphetamine?
Yes.
That's okay.
Low. It was like a 19% or something. 19 nanograms, pretty low amount.
Okay.
And 11 nanograms per liter was his fentanyl concentration. Tolerance to opioids can vary a lot, but everything we'll post more, you know, in detail. But yeah, he had low in meth in them. I'm not sure the nanograms, but 19 nanograms. It was pretty low amount. There's no pills in his belly. Stomach. So he says he doesn't consider those immediate causes of death. He found that the subdural was primary and toxicology was secondary. There are 5 categories of death. Homicide is one of them. Natural is considered. Floyd's death was certified, issued by the state. Lists the causes he gave earlier and has his name as a certifier. Other contributing conditions included the 2 forms of heart disease, fentanyl concentration, and recent meth use. The fentanyl concentration was pretty high, the meth concentration was pretty low. But yeah, I mean, all in all, yeah, it's classified as a homicide, and his death was multifactorial.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yep, very interesting. Now, in the morning, the attorney for Officer Lane got his crack at the Minneapolis trainer, person in charge of the Minneapolis training. Was there anything interesting that came out in the morning?
I forgot about that part. Crap.
I mean, were there any surprises, or did it seem to go smooth, or was there any ruffled feathers?
I was surprised as I forgot about this part now. This makes me look bad. It's always surprises. I forgot. Sorry. So many details to remember.
Yeah, and this morning was a long time ago when you got the medical examiner on in the afternoon.
So what happened this morning?
The attorney for Officer Lane had his crack at questioning the training officer, the person in charge of Minneapolis training. And I know there was kind of some explosive stuff that happened on Friday where they were kind of surprised about the Survey Monkey thing that got out that was supposed to be private, and there were some not complimentary things on there criticizing the Minneapolis police training FTO training program. So, but maybe over the weekend that kind of died down. I don't know. We'll have to see.
It was a long morning.
Yeah.
It was long day.
Yeah.
But they were cross-examining it and, questions after questions and really going through the excited delirium. It was, a lot of training on that. But it showed that Lane did say, hey, we should roll him over, and it did show that Chauvin disobeyed him.
Right.
And Lane did get in an ambulance with them, so...
And he actually did CPR on him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sympathy for Lane because Lane did good stuff.
And
That's
Lane had just
finished.
Lane had just finished his 10-day, which is the final thing where they graduate off of the FTO program where they solo out on their own. So it was just 3 days before he had finished that. So that is a big thing. So he's new on the force, very new on the force, very, very low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
And it does seem like he's the one that did the most things.
Yeah.
To help Floyd.
That's
To help, yeah.
That's what it. Yeah.
So
That's what they are saying. Yeah, he checked the pulse and he said that we should roll him on his side and so Chauvin disobeying him. So and then
because the argument is the first responder is
and he
in
was
charge,
the first responder.
and Chauvin was not the first responder. Chauvin was supposed to.
it was two rookies that were
Rookies who
basically
were in charge of the
that
scene.
was in charge of the scene, and it showed Chauvin disobeying.
The officer in charge.
Yeah.
Because Chauvin's not a senior guy either. So
he's a patrolman, yeah.
Patrolman just like the other ones. Now the thing is of course he had been the training officer for one of them prior to that.
Yeah, and he had 19 years on the force.
He had a lot more experience and
But
stuff.
Lane did say, we should roll him over on the side. So
And
Lane was doing what he was trained to do.
And Chauvin was the one who didn't do that. Now, Chauvin wound up being found guilty.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that was interesting, too, if I'm remembering from Friday, from your debrief on Friday, is that back when Chauvin went through the training program, a lot of this stuff that these newer rookies got, he did not get in his training. So, so they actually had the fresher stuff, the more up-to-date training. True that the Minneapolis PD does give them, so many hours of training every year as refresher, but still, they're fresh out of the academy. They're fresh off their FTO program. They probably had the more up-to-date stuff that they were trying to apply, but like you said, Chauvin wouldn't follow their directions.
Yeah.
Or at least Lane's direction. I don't know much about the other. What is that? King
and Tao.
Yeah.
Tao and Lane.
Tao had been there for a while too, and I'm thinking too that, he wouldn't be as fresh on his training as those two rookies. So, you know, don't undervalue those rookies.
Yeah.
You know, they're fresh out of the training class, you know. So I'm kind of interested to learn about King more. I don't know anything about him.
We haven't been hearing much about him. We hear about Tao and we hear about Lane, but we don't hear
not much about King yet. So, but Lane did. He told Shavin, like, hey, we should roll him on the side, and Shavin
Wouldn't do it.
disobeyed him. And
Yeah.
he checked his pulse. He got in the ambulance with him, and so he was doing what he was trained to do.
Yeah,
And this is the prosecution still running everything. The defense hasn't started yet.
correct.
So there
Yeah.
is some cross-examination and stuff, but it's primarily prosecution. And even with the prosecution and stuff, it's looking like the three officers are separating possibly.
Well,
With Tao being more
from what
serious.
I've seen from observers in the courtroom, when they come into the courtroom, the three officers do not acknowledge each other at all. So they're completely separate. It's only their attorneys talking.
Yeah.
Wow.
They haven't
I'm sure they've been
taken-
instructed to do that.
They haven't
that-
taken a stand yet. No, they
Yeah.
have not.
Yeah. So
I don't know if they will or not, but they haven't taken a stand yet.
yeah, well, we got over 2 more weeks of this trial going on. We got the rest of this week and 2 more weeks after that. So it should be.
Right now, I'm getting the
We'll
feeling.
see.
Right now, I'm getting the feeling that Tao is the one who's in the most trouble. Lane is the one who's in the least trouble.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about it too. I feel like Lane was doing what he was trained to do.
And he tried to assist.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't try to assist.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about whether the king tried to assist or not.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I will be interested to find out more about King.
Yeah.
And Lane, too. But besides that, Lane was the one who did the stuff that was, the way he was supposed to. And Tao, we don't know how much he did to help.
Yeah. But Tao was the one that he's the one that told the off-duty firefighter, if you're really a firefighter, you would know not to intermingle in the
Interfere,
scene,
yeah.
pretty much. And he told her to go up on the curb.
Yeah, so Tao blocked somebody from giving first aid,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Right? So
Tao
that
blocked
really
the key
puts
witness.
Tao in a bad position
Yeah.
because the person ended up dying.
Yeah, because Tao
Tao
told the key witness to go back on the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This key witness was a firefighter who was
Yeah.
off duty,
And she was trying to help.
and she was trying to help, and this officer prevented somebody from rendering first aid at a time when that first aid might have been what all it takes to save George Floyd from dying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is Lane was asking for this to happen too, and some of the other officers were resisting against that.
Yeah.
At least Chauvin, at a minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at least Lane tried to do something, and the off-duty firefighter tried to do something.
Well,
Yeah.
the video that's out there all over the place, so the initial video that young lady took, everybody, it looked really bad for what Chauvin, it looked like Chauvin was calling the shots. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's holding this guy down with his knee
Yeah.
for 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
right.
And it looked like he was choking him out.
It looked,
And
yeah,
the
the visuals are really bad.
The visuals were really bad, yeah, because it was unnecessary to do that for such a long period of time.
Yep.
And that he was unconscious and non-responsive, and doing this kind of stuff to somebody who's non-responsive is very wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy wound up dying.
Yeah.
Whether he died immediately or not, he
We will
ultimately.
never know because Tao wouldn't let the firefighter help.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chauvin disobeyed Lane, who was the first one on the scene, so he was in charge of the scene. That's how I understand it.
Yep.
Lane says, we should roll him over, and Chauvin disobeyed him, and the first one on the scene is in charge. And
Do you think it was Lane's responsibility to exercise his authority as being the first responder and the officer for Chauvin, even though Chauvin's 19 years on the force and Lane's only a 1 week? Do you think that maybe?
I don't know. You have to consider they're all carrying sidearms.
Yeah.
You know, how much are you going to push it? It was very tense. I mean, if anybody looking at that video, if you remember that video from the Floyd case, things were very tense, and you don't want to start turning on your partners when you got a mob there, or what you perceive to be forming a mob, you know, an unfriendly mob.
There were angry people more forming around him.
Yeah.
But he
So-
did say, you know, we should turn him over, and Chauvin disobeyed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think the jury is going to read that kind of stuff? They're reading it just like you are. They're listening to this stuff just like you are.
Yeah.
You know.
We just
So where do you think the jury would be reading things right now?
I don't know. I'm not a jury, and I don't really want to be a jury because I don't know.
I think it's going to be a hard one for them.
I think it will be hard.
Well, first of all, having 3 defendants, why they decided to try them all 3 together, and they each have their own counsel. I don't know, but this is the civil rights violation part of the case, so yeah, it's interesting. Yep, and there's a lot of prosecution people there. It looks like I saw a lot of names for the government side of it, and there's even a couple of FBI agents in the courtroom too. So it's a serious case.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how it's going to go, but I'll tell you that those jurors have a hard job.
Yeah, they really do. I wouldn't want to be one. I really wouldn't. I don't know. It's all I'm saying is let the truth come out.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all we can hope for is that everything comes out. Yeah.
It's accurate.
It's accurate.
Yeah. It's cool. But it's, you know, the thing is the jury is making somebody died, right? Mm-hmm. But the other thing is somebody might be in jail for extended period of time.
Yeah.
And whether or not that's appropriate is the question, and whether or not they actually did it is the question, and differentiating between the 3 officers, because they really shouldn't blanket just because one of them did something. They shouldn't find all 3 of them or all 4 of them. Let's just say Chauvin got found guilty. That doesn't mean the other 3 are guilty.
No.
Yeah.
But they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were there.
But Lane did say something. Lane said something, and
That's
Chauvin.
mitigating.
I think that's going to get him a lot of sympathy or
Lane,
compassion.
Yeah.
Compassion.
He was doing what he was trying to do.
Yeah. So.
We're going to hear about the other 2, King and Tao, whether or not there's any.
Yeah, I'm really curious to hear more about King because I haven't heard much about him. He's the one that's got 2 lawyers. It looks like it must be a husband and wife because there's a man and a woman and they have the same last name. So, but
Could be brother and sister. We
that's
don't want to get judgy. Now,
yeah. Well,
right?
we'll just say that it's a man and a woman and they have the same last name.
Yep.
That's all I know.
We don't know for sure.
So it's a team.
Right?
It's a team.
It could be, you know.
It's a team. So we'll see how it goes.
They probably are a husband and wife. Who
Tomorrow
knows?
at 9:30.
Okay.
All right.
Anything interesting happen on the way in or the way out of the courtroom?
No, the news stations were not set up inside either. They weren't there.
Okay.
They're everywhere around here.
They
right
were
now.
not inside the building, and there's no protesters. There's no cameras outside the building either. It's pretty quiet.
Did they have any problems getting people to help on the pool notes today?
Yeah, I wasn't asked. Yeah,
Oh.
You didn't do it?
I wasn't asked. And I don't have a laptop.
Okay, so
I
we
need to have a laptop, and my laptop is full.
Yeah.
I don't have room.
Well, we got to get you to be doing. We got to be pulling our weight, right? So we'll be doing our share. So
Yeah.
we'll
I would be really curious to get down in that courtroom.
We want to make sure that we're pulling our weight.
Yeah.
We don't want to be just,
Matt how do you say that name? prosecuting attorney Matt for the Chauvin case, he was in there. He's been in there. He's in there Friday, so he was sitting in there.
So he's following this case pretty closely.
Yes.
Well,
Frank was,
I can understand that.
Yeah, 'cause it's important. So.
Okay, well,
All right.
I guess we'll sign off.
We're probably done for the night. You're not going to tell us any big scoop that we have to go back live again for, are you?
So,
like, oh yeah, there was this big thing that we didn't tell you, you know.
No.
Okay.
So
this is a beautiful location. We come out here every Saturday, and we go to the governor's mansion, of course, every Saturday too. So, and this is kind of like our favorite place to go, and it's really nice, even in the dark,
yeah.
even at night. It's beautiful out here. So,
Yeah.
and we've got all kinds of film crews out here right now. There's at least 4 of them out here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're going to be doing their lives from here or what.
This might be where they park because parking's so difficult down there.
This
is really close. This is really close to the courthouse. So,
like an ideal place.
so this is a really good place to be. Yep.
This is not that far.
It's very close. It's just a few minutes.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to go off.
Pulling off. So.
And we'll bring you another update tomorrow.
All right. We'll see you.